612.
Oh my God.
That's my new PB.
Yeah, dude, look at that tank.
All right, I'm over at BKK with Joe, and we're going to talk about some new hooks.
All right, let's dive into another breakdown for another epic catch. We're going to talk about the where, when, and the how. So, Thousand Islands, New York, on June 20th, we took our buddy Frank Scalish Jr. up in hopes of finding some big fish and really showing off what America's #1 bass fishery has to offer. So, day one, it blew like crazy. We decided to stay into the river because we knew on day two we'd be able to get out onto Lake Ontario. So day one, we kind of stayed in the middle section of the river, the Alexandria Bay area, the American Narrows. We found a couple fish here and there, but it really wasn't the numbers that I knew this place had to offer. I'm not really a bed fishing guy in the river. Whenever I go up to Thousand Islands to catch bedfish, to try to catch a giant bag, it's always on days I know I can get out on the lake. So I don't really have a lot of river experience, but I figured, given kind of what I know up there, we could poke around and find some. Well, so for a couple hours in the morning, we poked around, we all caught about 3 fish. It just wasn't enough, and they weren't the size we wanted them to be. So we decided to go up to the mouth and endure all the wind and all of the waves. As soon as we got out there, it was pretty evident that these fish did not want to hit baits on a spinning rod. They didn't want your drop shot, your Ned rig. They're really hard to fish, and we didn't really feel like we could really target as much good area as we needed to. So out came a way too often overlooked smallmouth killer, and that was the 3/4 ounce jackhammer from Z-Man and Evergreen. That bait's insane, and I love the 3/4 size. All you have to do is cast it out there, let it sink down a little. If you have a fluke on the back, it will stay down. If you put a paddle tail swim bait, it'll rise back up. But with a fluke on there, it'll stay down really well, and you can just rod tip down, slow roll that thing on 20-pound test, and all of a sudden it's gonna just, the blade will just stop vibrating. You'll feel the rod load up, and it feels like forever before they head shake, even though it's really just a split second. Blade stops vibrating, you lean, it feels like it takes forever, but in reality, a split second goes by, the head shakes start, and the fight is on. That's exactly what happened with my new personal best Smalley. Fired it upstream, let it sink for a second, started to slow roll it, blade stopped rolling on me, I loaded into her, and the fight was on. I knew once I got her to the surface and I could see the bait hanging out of her mouth, I had to make a split-second decision. Was I gonna boat flip her, or was I gonna go down to the driver's seat and try to land her that way? And when you have those big fish moving towards you and the big wind, for me, I'm gonna boat flip as many of them as I can. So I boat flipped her, reached down to pick her up, jig basically came right out of her mouth. It was a truly epic catch for me. I hope you really enjoy this breakdown. Again, June 20th, Cape Vincent, the mouth of Lake Ontario, Joe's 612 Smalley. Here she comes. Got it. Big in. Donkey 6-pounder. Oh my God, dude.
That's huge, bro. Atta boy. Straight up. It's huge. Woohoo!
donkey, 6-pounder. I thought it was hung. He hit it, it stopped, and I was like, oh, I must be hung.
Straight and be up on the higher side.
He was off these rocks right here.
Oh,
That's my new PB.
what is it? What's the word, bro? What's the word?
It won't lock.
Oh my god.
612.
Oh my god.
That's my new PB. Holy. I've had him out of the water so long, I gotta put him in for a second before we take a picture. He's so big. It hit 7 pounds a few times and it was ticking around. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be my PB. Does it look good? Alright, I'm gonna see if he'll let me let him go. I'm gonna do it up here, so if he goes belly up, I can chase him to the back of the boat. Oh yeah, he's fine. Okay, cool. That way he'll go back to his rock. I didn't want to have to take him off it if I didn't have to.